Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Orphanlast, aka Skylar Madison, and today I'm coming at you with another Noblefrugal Studio collaboration video where I paint out this background and eventually, actually not eventually, pretty soon here, Noblefrugal Studio is going to grab a hold of this background and animate a complex scene with open tunes. And not just with open tunes, but using this background as well as the background for the animation, which is cool. Now, if you guys are interested in taking a look at his channel, feel free to click on the link in the video description below. And I'm really excited to see what he has in mind for this. We've bounced around ideas for quite a while about what this will be. And we're still not really 100% on what the animation will be. I've pretty much given him all the freedom of deciding what it is that's going to be here, and by the end of this video I actually firmly believe that by and large this image is finished. I mean, I could have done a couple other things, but I'm pretty satisfied with the results, and there comes a point where you just have to decide, well, you know, it's finished. One thing that I could have done different to add more to it was maybe I could have just change the overall color and hue of the image in a duplicated layer, and then just kind of erased parts of it, and then, you know, merged it with the actual original image, and then just continued repeating that process, and that would have added more variety to the palette and such like that. But really, I just don't think that's all too necessary. I don't know. I might still do it. But I've already given him the file, to be honest. So I don't even think that's really even necessary. So yeah, with the road, I went ahead and put a bunch of little pavers into the road, and you know, a lot of times you'll look at images, like pictures people have drawn out, and a lot of the time you look at it and it's like not all of the detail is there. And so I decided, you know, since I keep having problems with the pavers, not every single paver necessarily has to be in the road. I just need to imply that the road is made out of pavers, kind of like with the brick, you know, not every single brick on every single building is drawn out. And you know, so this video I primarily focused on making plant life, and I don't really have that much experience with drawing plant life, to be honest. It was pretty interesting. A lot of experimentation. This particular tree that I'm working on at this point in the video was my experiment, and just to kind of see, okay, so what needs to be involved in the process of making this thing. And it's not the best tree in here. Actually, I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it is the best tree in this video. I keep thinking about where I went wrong with the other ones. But even still, like, even though I can criticize this particular tree, just simply because I was kind of flying blind, it was kind of my prototype with this particular workflow. I just kind of think each tree has its benefits and disadvantages that I happen to have made. So here I create a level or a layer where I'm kind of plotting things out. I didn't really use everything that I plotted out with this yellow layer where I drew out a bunch of little things here. You'll see it pop up every once in a while. And the main reason why I didn't use everything from that layer is primarily because I kept looking at it as I was trying to add more and more trees, and I just thought, wow, this is really obstructing with the composition and such like that. So if it starts to obstruct with the composition, then don't do it. And this tree right here, it wound up actually being really good, but somehow all of my work got lost with the shadows and highlights and such. And so, or at least that's how I remember it. Like this, yeah, actually that looks pretty good. And yet, for some reason, something happened. Like, all of that went away. The shadow side just kind of went away, and I ultimately made a decision at the last moment to fix it, because that little bit right there just disappeared, that shadow. And here I'm making a little bush here, and I decided to kind of experiment with the photo textures. Now, all of these photo textures are things that I've taken photographs of, or things that I've personally manufactured. Now, most of the like rock textures that I've used, like 90% of the rock textures that I've used inside of this video series, they're not real rock. Like, I've already posted 2 videos on my channel, what I do for a living and what I do for a living part 2. I make artificial rock, and every once in a while I take a photograph that's really close to this artificial rock's surface, and just simply because I want to have the texture, and it works. I mean, if you guys thought that all of the rock texture that I was using in this video series was convincing, then I did my job right. Now, that's the thing with using photo textures. Every once in a while you'll get somebody that says, oh, you're cheating. Well, it's my photograph, and not only that, but this artificial rock, I made the artificial rock, so am I really cheating? Because in the end, I'm using stuff that I made and stuff that I took, and it's not like I took it illegally. It's, it's all, stuff that is oriented around artwork, and so, it's my photograph, and it's not like I was taking pictures of copywritten material or anything like that. Now, here I'm scaling down this tree. It probably was a bad idea. Probably should have started over with the leaves, because if you look at the leaves, it kind of causes things to feel a little disjointed. There's this little ghost effect that's happening, where it just looks like something has been duplicated in close proximity to the other. And so the leaves tend to kind of look out of sync with reality, because I wound up scaling the leaves down, and I didn't really want to group them together, because if I don't know, maybe if I had grouped them together and then shrunk them, of course it would move them together into the same spot. But if I merged them together with the trunk of the tree, would that start tampering with things? That's just a little thing that I didn't really want to deal with, and I'm not 100% sure on that. So ultimately, that led to a decision that made that little ghost effect with the leaves and such. Now, here I really experimented with the photo texturing, and the first few attempts didn't really. I mean, the first attempt especially, it really didn't look right. Like I've been saying throughout the entire series, like every once in a while you'll use a photo texture and it will enter into Uncanny Valley, and so you'll see me do things occasionally where I'll kind of try to touch up the photo texture a little bit to try to bring back the painting. And maybe I just need more practice with this, because I don't know if I succeeded or not, and that's not a very comfortable situation to be in for me. I like to know that, okay, yeah, this looks convincing, this looks like something that's painted or not, and I'm not really quite sure. And, I tried creating a bunch of different types of brushes throughout the entire time making this video, but I struggle with making the brushes inside of Krita. Like, a lot of times it won't even save the brush, and it just doesn't, I don't know. For some reason, things aren't cooperating with me. Maybe when Krita 4 gets launched, maybe that's when things will start working out for me. Now, I don't know, you tell me. I was zoomed in there really close, and I tried to bring back the painting. Did I bring back the painting? I don't know. That's something that's kind of up in the air for me. Here I was thinking, oh yeah, you know, the sun rays going through the leaves and stuff. I've always liked how it had this little glowing effect. But then I wound up looking around everything else, and I'm just thinking, I'd have to apply this highlight to the entire porch, and I didn't want to do that, so I wound up getting rid of most of that. Even though I liked the effect, maybe next time I'll apply a gradient to the ground, where the ground has just a brighter highlight applied to it, and wherever there's a shadow, I'll just select the opaque of the shadow and then delete. And here you can see the shadow disappeared on this tree. So I kept experimenting with it, and I thought, okay, I'm done here. But no, then I messed around with the shadow and such. Anyway, so this is the before image. I think it looks really good. I could have very easily just said it's finished, but I didn't want to do that. I suppose I could continue with this video series indefinitely. There's never any point where you could continue with something forever. But I've been working on this image for more than 6 months. I could have added a bunch of street lamps and stuff like that, but once I added these trees, it just got to the point where I actually felt like it was a lived-in universe. And I tried a number of things. I tried making a number of other trees here and there in other places, but it wound up tampering with the composition, which makes the process of making a thumbnail all the more important, which I didn't do with this video series. Next time I will. Anyways, guys, that pretty much concludes it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you didn't like it, please like, share, and subscribe anyways. All of this takes about as much time as a full-time job after work. So anyways, if you'd like to take a look at any of my other videos, feel free to click on any of them that are appearing on the screen right now.